Oh, your Lady of Humility one is in there. Good.
Yes, the Lady of Humility.
We did in about a dozen different places.
I always see the bumper stickers, proud parent of an honor student, high school honor student. And the first thing I think is, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Actually, I think it's the first, right? I'm a proud parent. So I get angry when I see them. And I saw, if I don't have a copy of it anymore, if somebody wants to read the thing, Rex, you found it in there. I saw a real hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy with Our Lady of Humility. Saw hypocrisy in a bumper sticker today. Proud parent of Our Lady of Humility honor student.
Exactly.
Get much shorter.
Our Lady of Humility. That's quite all right.
Without further ado, Janet Kuypers is our feature today. I've known Janet for many years. She, and I love her.
Aww.
And she's just one of the most amazing poets in the city of Chicago. And we're so blessed to have her with us on the beach. And also it's Wednesday.
And also Wednesday, because there was a misprint in the reader.
And so, so she kind of did double duty this week, and God bless you.
I can do it.
It would be so willing.
I could do it.
It's my great honor to have Janet here featured on the beach. And she also puts the poetry
You're going to play
on Tuesday night. So in the dead of winter, if you want to know where to go for great poetry reading, outside of the beach house, or in the middle of summer, I mean, you're still good. Tuesday nights, right?
Tuesday nights. The website, www.chaoticearts.org/bellcafe. You can know anything about schedules. If anybody would like to feature, we even have openings for feature dates coming up. So you can look at that and say, hey, can I be in on this? And I'd say most definitely. So hi. This I called my very goth beach show. This is why I'm in all my black, and I got my necklace, my goth earrings, and I got my vegetarian black hat on. I'm like, just for the heck of it. Pardon me? Oh, the other. Nah. So anyway, these are a bunch of different pieces, and I'm hoping my cousin Bones will join me for music. I would love it. And actually, I should start off. I thought I would have some flowers for both Kathleen and Peter, but this is my goth bouquet. My goth bouquet, and I wanted to share with everybody their flowers. Now, I know she's got to have the one. I was stunned that this one managed to stay upright, my darling. You need a picture of my goth bouquet.
Yeah. Goth bouquet, the beach poet. With Wes at your back. Thank you.
I so want to see that. I so do. And you get to have a flower, and you can have stems for everyone. Just for, have a few. Which are like a stem, you don't make fights with it, or flowers or something. Have some for you. Well, there probably are, but give her a dead flower, make it romantic. No problem. And I've got a spare, and I guess the flower will be saved for Cousin Bones here. This first piece, I've got roses and stuff everywhere, is called, this one's funny, Look at the Downs. I go every week to my favorite bar and pick up a reader newspaper to thumb through while I drink. And once I looked at their inkwell, their crossword puzzle, and their second clue, 5 across, was things on a cat's penis. So I started looking at every other clue. 14 across, defender of Nambla. 16 across, 6-column topic. Okay, maybe I should look at the Downs. So I randomly picked another clue that read, get off my underscore. So I thought about all the pain in my back, and then I thought about how everyone worries about their back, but no one ever talks about their front. My front's killing me. I've got a pain in my front. Get off my front. Oh, I seriously had to find something else to read. So I saw within their matches section, a section called I Saw You. Now, I never looked at the matches section. I prefer drinking in my favorite bar by myself. But the voyeur in me had to read some of these 100 words or fewer one-chance writings and hopes. The first one. You said you liked a dirty martini, then you left. Care to see how dirty your next martini meetup can get? You, man. Me, man. And I thought, and then there was a meeting time and date. So I read the next one. Thanks for opening the door for me and letting me use the ATM because I got there first. Wait a minute, that's called etiquette, not a budding romance. But I have to admit, while sitting here every week in this bar, drinking by myself, it's nice to hear about stranger stories in pen and ink like this, every once in a while. Thank you. That's going to be a song, so you want to take a break or sit. I am hoping that John will come up with me because the next piece is a poem that I wrote, which Kathleen heard at the radio show, that is meant to be sung. Oh. So, yeah, and I would love it if anybody would sing along. And it's just a beat that you can sing to, and if I am singing at any part of it, do you want to tap on that for a beat, or your guitar? Or he'll get out his guitar for this. This is the only time in my life I have ever written a song that was meant to be sung. So, we'll see how that one works out. And it relates to that same bar. This one is called Made Any Difference. And seriously, if you just want... Pardon me?
No, I got a strap there. I'm okay. I'm not going to play it.
It's just percussion.
Bang on the guitar.
So if anybody would like to sing along as I'm doing the beat for it. Do 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 do. So I'm at my bar, my favorite hangout. I just overheard from people talking that another guy who's always here in the past few months has had a few strokes. Do 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 do. Now this is just grapevine. I just heard snippets, but I need to see them and put in my 2 cents. Do 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 do. He went out for a smoke, and even though I don't, I walked up to him after he lit up. I reached my hand out toward his cigarette. He offered me a new one, but I wanted his. Do 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 do. Then holding his smoke, I told him that I'd heard. I talked about his wife and asked about his kids. And I don't really want to get on a high horse here, but we care for him. We want him happy. He said I was right, and he'll take some time off. And then he saw his smoke and said that he should quit. Do 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 do, and handed me his smoke, and then walked away. Do 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 do. I stood there a while, sucking nicotine, wondering if I made any difference. Do 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 do. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, thank you. How did that sound? I've never done anything like that, so I have no idea how that was. I was like, I'm sorry, Cousin Bones, I'm going to have to ask you to leave because we're doing this song and we're just singing, but I'd love it if you'd play. And I would have given out my Twitter, like, she's like, are you going to pick it? Would you like some more stems? Darling?
You could have a roast and fight.
Yeah, on guard. This is is one of the tweets that I put in that pocket poetry book that you guys have from before. This one is called Egg for a Week. I saw how our school system works, and I see how teenage girls think. How are we teaching our kids when taking care of an egg for a week in a high school health class is taught to pregnant 15-year-olds? That's awesome. Short piece, thank you. This is a nice long one here. This one, I can't even describe it to you. It's called Escaping Every Cage. I felt caged in this tiny Windsor hotel room. I wanted to get out. That's when he struck. I was attacked, knocked over, strangled. I managed to break free, scraped arms, bruised and bloody knees. Strangers offered to help me as I made my way through the lobby. I had to get so far away, I left the country and never went back. When I couldn't take being trapped at work, when I felt too caged by those office walls, I quit my job and drove around the country in my car. Now, I know a car can be a cage, but with this little cage, I felt like I could be free and I could go where I wanted and do what I wanted to do. I was free for that split second of time until someone tried to kill me in my car, and they put me in another cage again. They gave me a straitjacket, slapped on a bracelet. I contorted out of the straitjacket, tore the wrist ID. Please, don't. They labeled me again. When I was in the hospital for weeks, I would tear that medical bracelet off my wrist daily. Please, don't track me. When I was able to walk, I would try to leave, but I didn't know where to go. And they would find me again and bring me back to my cell. When I was a child, I wanted to get away from my family. I wanted to go away from my town. I wanted something bigger, faster, stronger than anything I ever knew before. So as I grew older, I took those childhood memories, those childhood toys, those childhood stories, and one by one started placing them on an island, surrounded by water. Deep water where no one could touch them, and they would always remain just on the horizon. I always loved the water. I swam all my life. I swam in pools with friends when I was little. I swam alongside tropical fish off the Oahu coast. I swam with dozens of white-tipped sharks off the Galapagos Islands. When I get close to water, I just get itchy to just jump in. But even when I could let go in that water, I'd see that island in the distance holding all my childhood traumas, and I still never felt entirely free. One day, I decided to face those ancient cages that still hold me down. I wanted to face it all, battle all those past demons. So I went down to the shoreline, arched my hand along my eyebrows, looked for that island of mine. The water at the shoreline lapped over my feet, pushing the coastline farther inland today. I kept searching until I realized my island fell into the ocean. Everything from my past disappeared, except my memories. That day, I couldn't go into the water. We all have our little cages. Sometimes we can't see them, but they're there, holding us back, restraining us, holding us down, holding us in. As I sat in my cage writing this, I looked at those walls, heard the cars driving past me, and thought about the things that hold us down. think he was. This is a shorter one. Yeah, see, they're all angry, very goth. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know. This one is called Eat Me Alive. I had a dream. I woke up in a sewer. My clothes were wet from the filthy water. It felt like something was pulling me down into the filth as I worked harder and harder to just stand. And I thought, how did I get here? Who put me here? How on earth do I get out of here? Who drove me to this point? I felt the slimy, filthy walls of this coffin-like cave as I was trying to find a ledge for support, trying to find any way out. The noise from people walking above ground was muffled when I heard the rats coming along with the water from down the tunnel. I turned in the darkness to run until I tried to take a turn and was wedged in the concrete slabs. I was stuck in the sewer, and the rats would eat me alive. Exactly. Thank you. I hope I can get somebody to sing a song with me on this one. You don't even need a guitar for this, but thank you. Give it up for Cousin Bones. Wes on. Yay! You are so awesome. He needs to have a wilted rose for that, my darling. There you go. Yeah! Woo! That was phenomenal. Yes, and I've got that in my car. I have his album in my car. It's the best. I
host a radio show. It's on 88.3 FM.
This one is one that you're just going to be singing. This is Letting Ourselves Go. We sing. You can hold the guitar. Sit in a seat. Come walk around. Something.
Come walk around.
Just do something.
You like somewhere around here start singing.
Yeah, just start singing. Just whatever you want. Just go ahead. This next piece is called Letting Ourselves Go, and I would like it if anybody has a melody in their head. Hum it, off key or not, if anybody else knows it, who cares? Just think of a song and let it out, and that's why I'm going to ask you to just do something. And I'll have to come up with something that I'm done reading this. So really, just anything. That's Letting Ourselves Go. You should start singing. You should start. I've got to start reading. Just very quietly or something. Yeah, I actually hear my great poem. I hear that in France they have a national music day when everybody sings, and it doesn't really matter if it's not all in tune. Not that I'm all for France or anything, but we could learn from that. That would be kind of good here, where everyone could just kind of let go. I mean, just allow ourselves to sing, on key or not. Hum a tune. Music is supposed to make us happy, and we're filled with so much that takes away our happiness. If people sing, I'm probably the first that would be the stickler if someone was off key. The stickler, by definition, someone who insists on something unyieldingly. We've all been taught these rules. We have been taught when we were little that if we're not good at something, we just can't do it. We just close ourselves off to letting ourselves go. I mean, think of it. Have a national music day where everybody sings and it doesn't really matter if it's not all in tune. It's just letting ourselves go, hearing the rhythm and enjoying the music.
Sing it now.
I was just actually breaking his song too. I'd have to think of something goth. I was out by myself in the graveyard. I was doing an interpretive dance. Thank you. Last piece is a song. Now you get to play. This is our first attempt for doing music together. Probably our only. But, he does blues music, and so I said, pick out things that sound bluesy. Let's piece this thing together, and I don't know how bluesy I sound, but here we go. This is called Tightrope Affair. know all the moves, I play the game and it gets to you. But you can't say a word, you can't move an inch, cause you can't break the rules. I know what to say, I know what to do, and it sets you on fire. I have to play on what you like to see what you can take. And I walk under that tightrope to watch you move and shake. But now we're both stuck there. But here's where you quake. But you can't fall from this wire. We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know your way down when you're making your moves and balancing your tightrope affair? When you're up in the twire, you feel the fire and you feel the fear, but you're filled with desire. You want to go higher whenever we're near. Or what will transpire? And now that we're here, what can we do to make us right? When we gracefully step on a paper-thin wire, we're balancing high. We look to the ground, see a circus of clowns as we're touching the sky. Now we both tightrope walk, and I wonder why we can't bring it out into the light. We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know how it feels when you're making your moves and balanced in your tightrope affair? You balance on this twine in our tightrope affair. Cause I know you'll be mine, yeah, I'll be with me if you dare. This love is divine, but I cannot compare to the rush from this tightrope affair. We're walking a fine line in our tightrope affair. There's no net when you're high, so you better beware. Do you know your way down when you're making your moves and balancing your tightrope affair, yeah? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You get to have a fingertip. Awesome for you.
How did you learn that, right?
Thank you very much.